Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100, or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essink.
All right, welcome into the Fitness Fanatics. It is Sunday, September. God, I'll tell you what,
football. You're
guys,
ready for football.
I wish it was September right now. I wish I was saying it's Sunday, September. It'll be August 30th. Nebraska's 1-0, but that's down the road. It'd be Sunday. I can't wait till I'm like, it's Sunday, August 31st, and Nebraska's 1-0.
All right.
That's coming.
Yeah, I'm getting super excited.
It's coming.
I need to enjoy these last few seasons before we get to just whatever the hell college football is going to be within 10 years. So,
well, the thing is, like, all the off season.
So we're
stuff.
not doing the intro at all.
No, we are.
Okay.
Yeah,
we are. Once the games kick off, nobody really cares, right? It's still entertaining.
I don't know. I had this thought the other day. Like, it's the college football is like doing everything just to follow the money to the point to where I think in the long run, like, it could hurt some of the smaller schools.
Yeah.
And to the point where the smaller schools, because college football is built on tradition. That's why places like Lincoln, whose population is tiny, blows up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, even places like Washington State, that's really out there in the middle of nowhere, like, that stuff blows up. But if everything just becomes the super conference, which some people say in like 10 years, they won't be surprised if there's like a mega conference, just cuts all those places out. And then I could see in a place 20 years from now, like, we're all like wondering, man, why is college football not as popular?
Yeah.
I really don't care about the smaller schools.
See, that's a terrible thing, though.
All I care about is down the street.
Like, it doesn't bother you about like college game day for like how many times now? There's going to be like Oregon and Washington again.
I don't watch
over and over and over.
I don't watch college game day.
Okay.
I cannot stand.
Used to.
I cannot stand Desmond Howard. He is such a arrogant. I mean, he is a jerk. I cannot stand him.
He's got some calls that or some takes. Yeah.
I mean,
pretty anti-Nebraska. Not,
you know why? Because he's still a little jealous of 1997.
Yeah, baby.
And he's like after his little 2020 rant of kicking Nebraska out of the Big he's just a jerk.
That was when, I was never a big fan of him, but that rant right there was like, okay, what are we doing here?
So yeah, I don't watch game day. I mean, I really don't. We're at the gym till close to kickoff anyway, so I don't really watch the pregame stuff. But yeah, I'm just not. I just don't really care about the small schools.
I think
I want the Huskers to win, right?
I don't know. That's just what makes college football, though.
Well,
and I do think it's not going to hurt us, blah blah. I think in the long run, though, that definitely hurts the product of college football.
We'll see. Hopefully, they'll figure it out.
Right now, what they're figuring out is every single time it's money or tradition, it's money.
Well,
I
know.
I'm just saying, if we keep doing this for 10 years and the answer is money every time, we're screwed. Because even back in the NFL, our own Chicago Bears, like, we did nice stuff for the Green Bay Packers. Like, we got to a point where it's like, hey, let's have a draft, because at one point in time, like, the big teams just dominated everything, and that's a whole rant. I'm completely hijacking this first segment. We're down the history of the NFL.
The history. All right, we're in the 1930s.
You didn't even say what the date was yet.
No, it's actually June 22nd.
Start over.
on a Sunday.
Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
This
Start
is
the intro music.
Fitness
We're
Fanatics.
fired up.
Ba, ba, ba.
Well, you didn't have Jay to talk to today, so you're just, you got to get all this off your chest.
You had to bring
Yeah.
up football.
It's
Yeah.
just off-season stuff, but literally once the game kicks off, like,
I'll forget about it.
I
for
think
sure.
it'll right itself at some point.
because
You don't think so? I don't know.
I think people there'll be a market
Just like NIL, don't you think at some point that will hit a peak and then it'll, you know?
what I've come to realize
It
with
will.
NIL as well is we're gonna have a bag man always.
Yeah, but it's not going to be as ridiculous as it is now. Like
Right.
people getting
I-
offered $8 million to go
It'll
play
hit-
quarterback.
Yeah, we'll get a more balance,
You
but
know.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying is now we'll have the cap on it, but then the bag man's always gonna come through
I
Well,
don't
that's
know what
fine.
at
that
the end of
is.
the day.
That's
I
fine.
don't know what that is.
So like, before NIL was legal, were athletes getting paid probably
Right.
by
Yeah.
the bag man. And then
Oh,
NIL
okay.
became legalized, and all of a sudden all the criminals that were doing illegally became the deputies of NIL.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
now
yeah.
this got passed, and they don't really want to go back to the shadows. So it's like,
Well, that's true.
we'll appeal this and try
I'll
to
tell
get
you
this
what.
out.
August 28th, after we beat Cincinnati, you have the euphoria of being 1-0. I'm not going to be thinking about any of that stuff.
No, I won't either.
I won't be like, oh, what's our left guard making? Don't
this
care.
This is my
right?
off-season depression. Of
I know,
oh,
that's-
college football is going the wrong way. But once the game starts, like I said, I'll be
Yeah, you
locked
just
in.
if you want to get yourself excited, just go look at week 1 schedule, right? And just look at those games and just be like, my God, this is going to be glorious, right? Nebraska doesn't play on Saturday. You could just sit down
Nice Thursday.
and just watch games from 11 till LSU and Clemson play in a season opener. I mean, how awesome is that? That gets you excited, right?
It does.
All this stuff is just, I mean, speaking of off-season stuff, I wanted to bring this up. So I don't know if you guys have seen the pictures floating around, and
I should probably look
I'll
at
tell
them
you right now,
officially.
if Coach Rule's walking around here today, he can come right into our show and sit down
Jeff
with us.
has questions.
We are
He comes into a hostile
Let's
interview.
go.
It's just unsurprising.
well, no,
it's not
because
hostile.
he popped in on early break,
Yeah.
like a couple weeks, because he just comes into the middle now. So it's an invitation. If he comes in today, just come and sit down with us. We are soft journalists. We're not even journalists.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
He could come in here and he's not going to get any hard questions, right? It will just be like, oh, coach, it was just your heat praises, and or I might bring up like, why in the Minnesota game 2 years ago that I was at in attendance personally with my son was our running back in that you said fumbles in the camp, and he was carrying the ball with 5 minutes left and he fumbled. No, I wouldn't ask
I was
that.
gonna say any chance of him, he just turned the car around.
That's not
I was
your
like,
question.
never
I
mind.
wouldn't ask that at all. I'd be like, oh, yes, sir. Yes, coach, yes, that'd be me. He'd be like, I think I remember you. Weren't you waiting in line with a bunch of little kids to get your picture taken with me?
Yes.
Yep, that was me.
Mhm.
Hey, with my son.
Mhm.
No, but seriously though,
He did that once without Ben.
Oh.
He didn't have,
Yeah,
he didn't have
remember?
Ben.
Yeah, forgot.
Yeah.
last year at the NIL thing. But no, seriously, Coach Rules or any coach, come in and sit down with us. Let's have some fun. Let's
Well,
talk.
only until 9:30 because we
Yeah.
do have a guest
As
today.
Corey says, we get to watch Jeff fangirl if
Oh.
it does happen.
You think Derek would love to have Coach Rule in here anytime between 9 and 11? We're here. We're here.
Happy birthday, Corey, by the way. I know I already told you that, but I'll tell you.
Oh,
again.
happy birthday to Corey Keller.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. So what I wanted to ask you was, and we do have an awesome guest coming in.
Yes.
Just to set the table. We had
Can we stay on one task?
We're
at a
getting
time?
but I just want our listeners to know that we are going to talk about some health and fitness today.
Yeah.
Because we just wrapped up our 10-week challenge, which we'll get to here momentarily. We awarded our $1,000 winner, Derek Pinzon, who's going to be in here in studio. Amazing. He lost 30 pounds, 23 inches, 7.8% body fat in 10 weeks.
Mhm.
And it was amazing. So we're going to hear his story coming up at 9:30. But I did want to get your opinion on the pictures of our Coach Rule and on the bull. I was in the weight room
Mhm.
and on the tractor. The tractor. You see all these pictures?
Yeah, I'm surprised this was on your mind this morning. I'll be
well,
honest.
it was on my mind just because, like, I'm like,
What was okay? So whenever you saw them, Harrison, what was your reaction?
Oh, that was pretty cool.
Okay.
See, okay,
If
I
would have
thought it was fine.
Do you
I was like,
remember-
okay.
You remember like the Chip Kelly and the quarterback photo shoot?
well, Brian Kelly,
Or excuse me, yes, thank you.
Yes,
Brian
at
Kelly
LSU.
At LSU. Like,
yeah, and
if it
remember-
was to that, that's different. Like that's where you're like,
Well-
this is kind of weird. This is like NIL photo shoots, and as long as it doesn't go way too far over the line,
I
like
don't-
Brian Kelly.
I think I don't understand.
Or-
why was there a bull in the weight room?
I don't know. It's
Like
cool.
how I want to know how that meeting
'Cause
went.
it's-
Like, let's do pictures with bulls. Wait a minute. What if we brought him into the weight room?
I would not be
Yeah, let's bring-
surprised.
Like, how-
if there's some mantra about being bulls.
Maybe.
That's my anytime.
That's
I,
my
Well,
only question.
yeah.
it's they were taking him with offensive linemen,
Mm-hmm.
right? So something like the
Power and
Beef.
size and
the pipeline jerky,
Yeah.
right? Beef jerky.
Yeah, they
well,
do
that's
that.
rude.
Well, no, that's I mean,
That's
what
their
I thought.
NIL brand,
Right?
Well, I
Yeah.
know, but then bring a bull in there. That's rude to the bull.
Then I saw somebody on the post on Twitter like,
Just a model.
You know
bull. It's
what
not
I'm
getting butchered.
saying.
so me personally, I thought it was a little cringy, right?
Yeah,
I think
just
that's.
say cringy.
I'd like to consider myself an old soul, so I'm gonna tell you that that's too old soulish. Like,
To be cringy.
I think so.
to think
yeah.
it's cringy.
Well,
it's like grumpy old man.
Yeah, but I got covered. Like
And
my
that's-
line was like I was telling before, like Emmett Johnson, Dylan Real TikTok thing they were doing. They got a lot of heat for. Didn't get under my skin, but I was like an old head. I was like, I
Not
don't
for
really
me.
get what's going on there. Yeah,
We just want to win.
Well, we asked
Yeah,
Ben too.
yeah, we asked Ben, so
and he had he seen him?
Yeah, he saw him.
But then when he was looking at him, he was like, "Oh, that's whatever." He
He
said.
thought it was pretty cool, and
Yeah.
he's the demographic, right?
Mhm.
It's not me. It's not the old
Yeah, they're not taking
grandpas
those
out
pictures
here.
for you.
They're not trying to get me
You
lured
like the
in.
John Deere photos? Those
So,
were more tame.
Yes, I
They
actually.
just reminded me of like I remember our high school football team doing that. That's just kind of like it felt like a throwback, you know.
it's like it's
right.
home.
Yeah.
I don't
like
know.
well,
I thought it was
if
cute.
if you go back and watch like the intro to like the '95 Fiesta Bowl when we played Florida, they go out and there's a combine right in the cornfield. So no, that was actually I thought the
Tractor.
the red uniforms on the green track was pretty cool.
Yeah, those were my favorite. I thought.
Okay.
but I
just
don't know,
different.
like the coach jumping off, like pose.
I love that
It's
though.
really-
No, I actually like that a lot. And we were talking about this too with Ben because Ben's like, well, it's just like Colorado with their Lambos.
No,
which that's worse.
That's kind of cheesy. Like
That's
I'm glad.
cringy.
I'd much rather have these pictures with the Bulls
Right. It's
Yeah.
like
or a John Deere
wholesome.
tractor
It's like you
versus
know,
their Louis Vuitton
lighthearted
purses.
person.
Yeah, just flaunting wealth always
I
rubs
don't
me
like
the wrong
that.
way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, some people you can disagree, but that's just my take.
Well,
on
I
it.
don't even know if that's flaunting wealth. It's
You
just,
sitting in front of the Lambo.
No, I know,
yeah,
but
that's crazy.
it's
When
more,
you're 16,
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean that's like come to Boulder, you'll get rich. That's the
Yes.
message that implies.
That's
Mhm.
what
and
I.
that's what I don't like. Like that should never be.
all
the
right, you're
A1.
kind of swinging me a little bit.
I think
Yeah,
I was
see?
I'm getting swayed.
probably
Hey.
a lot more judgy about that. I wasn't judgy about this at all.
I just want
thought,
to.
okay,
If we win, we'll take all the pictures you want.
okay,
right?
but-
Anywhere,
so
whatever.
they can't have fun because
No,
they
I just
have
want to
No
win.
pictures,
right.
Until we
Yeah,
I
make
just
the
want to.
playoffs.
I just want to
Zero
win some
fun,
games.
sir.
No, I just want to win some games. That's what I want.
You'd be a great coach in the '70s.
I just want to win. That's all. Like sometimes I watch these old
Does
Nebraska.
anybody have any opinions? Has
Yeah, if you got any
anybody
opinions,
texted in?
no, nobody's texted. If you have
All
any
right.
opinions on the pictures, 402-464-5685 on the Sarter Heyman text
We're
line.
just
You know,
curious.
it's off season.
You're just
We're
curious.
sitting there talking about
Well, it
the
is.
NIL recruiting pictures.
I thought it was fine. And one of the things I said as a parent, you know, if Ben's going into college and if he was an athlete, as a parent, I would feel much more,
That'd be cool.
I'd feel much better sending our kids here and that's their picture than Colorado or Texas.
Texas, where they have all their cars in the stadium. You've
For
seen
for the
that
kids
video.
to pick.
Pick your car. There's
See, I mean, I feel
Lamborghinis,
like that
Ferraris.
it's definitely more of a wholesome,
Yes,
lighthearted message.
yes, and you know,
And that's what we want Husker football to be.
right, and you know, there's
That's what I want it to be.
We get caught up in all the NIL, and everybody just wants the money. But then did you see the story that
Nobody's going to say, no, don't give me money.
the quarterback for South Carolina,
Yeah.
you know,
Sellers.
he got offered allegedly
$8
like
mil.
$8 million, right?
Mhm.
And his dad said, You're 19. You don't need $8 million, right? Stay where you're at and do something special.
Yeah, I think continuity is
And I
a
think
rare thing now, which is crazy.
yeah, I think there's a lot of parents out there that are like that. And there's some that like, and we were talking too, like, with now how much money kids can make, and even in high school NIL, like
Yeah, high school.
how much more pressure now are some of the parents going to put on the kids? Like, let's go, you're doing this because they see the money more than the kid does, right? I've always just like let your kid be a kid. I mean,
come
you know
full
what I mean?
circle.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
just
hard.
like go
It's
10
business
years
now.
ahead now. Let's just keep doing this. Like, see what college football becomes. You know,
Mhm.
even
Yeah.
with the house that I'm like going through right now, I know there's some people trying to appeal it. I think there's a group of 8 women that are trying to appeal it because they're saying it violates Title IX, which is interesting.
Really?
Yeah, and like,
Hmm.
I was looking through it. I was like, nah, no way. But in some ways, in a way, they're right. Like, if Title IX exists, basically they want a 50-50.
Right.
And
It's
whether
hard.
you disagree or not, it's like
It's
kinda
still
have
an
to
issue.
you have to glance over Title IX if they go
Right.
through the settlement.
Well,
at least my understanding.
I
So
think
don't know
the
how
Title
it's gonna
IX was more of scholarships. Like you have to have equal amount of scholarships for men and women,
shake.
but like scholarships, not because it's like
Yeah, but that
I-
was just, I don't know.
It's
I
like
think
you
it
take-
could still apply.
you take the WNBA players, right, versus the NBA. I mean, you can't pay Caitlin Clark $50 million a year like you pay LeBron James. Why? Because she doesn't bring in that much,
That's understood,
right?
Like, that's not the problem. I don't know. I didn't pass the bar exam, but
But you know what I mean.
Title
Mhm,
IX's
right.
got a long list, and a lot of it's in the gray area.
Yeah,
That's
and I
their
don't-
argument.
I don't know.
And it's like
Yeah,
you
a
don't
lot of
know,
it's so
Jeff.
gray where it's like, at least my understanding, it's like that's why it's actually. We'll see what happens. I think it's. Maybe he's in the appeal court yesterday on 21st.
Well,
I
let's
have to,
just
update on it.
whatever needs to be done. Let's make it happen, and let's beat Cincinnati
We do
because
that,
then
we
it'll all
smile.
be well, right?
Okay.
All will be well.
I will say this: like, thank God we are in the Big Ten for this era.
So this is an interesting thing too.
It applies, Title IX applies to way more than scholarships, just so you know.
This is. I was listening to Sipple, their podcast for On 3, and I always want to do that.
Okay.
Anyway, so no, they were talking about like on Fridays they go like Flashback Friday, and they were talking about Nebraska going into the Big Ten, and it's like they were comparing right now versus back then, like money and stuff like that. But I was thinking something they didn't bring up was if Nebraska doesn't move to the Big Ten back then, does Texas and Oklahoma go to the SEC? Probably not. Does Texas A&M go to the SEC? Probably not. Colorado State. I mean, it all stays together,
Yeah, we kind of
right?
shifted things around.
Yeah. So I mean, it would probably still be together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe not. But you can't just compare 2010 to what it is right now. Like, oh yeah, we'd be in the Big 12 and there's lesser teams, but we don't know. We'd probably still be in there with Texas and Oklahoma and Texas A&M and Missouri and those teams.
I mean, that was
right?
a good conference still.
It's a great
Like,
conference.
that was if you could redo conferences today and be like, what group of teams are really good, similar caliber? I mean, group in the really close region.
Right.
Like, that's why I hate like a lot of this new conference realignment. 'Cause it's like, if you just go back, we kind of had it right.
Yeah, we did.
We nailed it. And
Yeah.
we shifted everything.
Yep. It's all back to that 1 second.
Yeah. So now it's
1
like,
second on the clock.
UCLA, let's fly all the way over to Rutgers
It's
because that's
weird.
logical and makes sense and totally not driven by
I
money.
know.
It's weird.
That's my beef.
But you get some good matchups though. I mean,
I think in my mind, yeah, you get some good matchups, but you're losing college football. I'm going to stand by that. I think
it's gonna be. There's gonna be some issues.
it's
with
going to be
that.
what the NBA was, just on top, and then just like slowly down the road, just got worse and worse.
well, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, yeah, I haven't really watched a lot of NBA for the last 5 years. I don't even know if I'll watch Game 7 tonight. I might be in bed. So, because I really
That's
don't.
crazy. Pacers,
The outcome
Thunder, Game
is
7.
the same
I'll probably
regardless.
go to bed, but have it on. Have it on.
I guess like the outcome's the same, but if you don't got a dog in the fight, you're just
Well, my
Exciting.
sister's a big Thunder fan. She's a huge nutcase when it comes to the Thunder. Like,
Well, because they live there.
I mean, yeah. She's like, well, we had a Ollie's play, but then we went and we rewatched it. Like after they already know who won,
Oh.
but they went back and watched it. I'm like, I wouldn't even do that if I know who won.
Oh, I'll have to
But-
watch the YouTube
highlights.
highlights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go quick. Watch
Well,
those
yeah,
then.
but not the whole game. Like they just sat down and watched the whole game.
Did
Yeah, I haven't done
people
that in a while.
think, because I just remember hearing about the Thunder going into the playoffs, did people think it was going to go to game 7?
No. I think some
Okay.
people were calling for Thunder in 5.
Okay. Yeah. Because I thought that was kind of surprising.
Most generous
And they
were
kinda
saying
like-
Thunder in 6.
Yeah.
So
And they like lost right away. Who are they playing? I don't know. The Pacers.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Yeah,
the Pacers came out really strong. I was like, was that supposed to happen?
Yeah,
Because
like-
I thought it was.
nobody thought the Pacers would be there.
well, it was like
Okay.
2-1, and everyone's like, "Oh!" And then people are still
Yeah.
like, "God, Thunder in 6, they'll bounce back."
Right.
And then
Here we are.
Tyrese Halliburton.
no,
That's
you
what
know.
I'm surprised. Like Halliburton, that's not intriguing at all.
Was he really injured?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he
Sometimes
was.
I
You
think
don't
that's
go out in the middle
Patrick
of a game.
Mahomes effect, right?
Oh, my knee. Whatever.
I mean, if
Or
you're
my ankle.
if it's game
His ankle.
5 and you're a Halliburton and you desperately need to win that game, like there's no way you're going to fake an injury for a good 2 quarters. now.
Yeah, I guess you're right. That's true. I didn't know he got injured in the game.
It's just a strain too.
Okay.
So
I thought it was like after the game. They're like, oh, he's going to be injured for the next game or whatever. And then
No, it happened in the middle.
I don't watch.
Then he came back,
Okay.
and then they're like, maybe we'll rest him. And then at that point, it's like you're always throwing it out there just to make sure the other team isn't
Right.
Oh,
like
yeah.
they had in their mind like they needed that game. He was going to play, but they're like, we don't know. We'll
Okay.
look at an MRI on it and see.
Interesting.
But I'm a fan. Pacers are fun.
Yeah, I didn't know really anybody on their team till this year.
Pascal Siakam, I remember him
So-
on the Raptors one.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you. So he was on the championship team with Kawhi
Fred
Leonard,
VanVleet,
those guys.
Kawhi Leonard. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember him playing on that team. But like, and then once I kind of learn a little bit more, like I know that Nemhart played at Gonzaga, so I kind of remember watching him. But all those other guys are like, I don't know who they are. I know Halliburton played at Iowa State.
Yep.
And also like that's how I know
Where'd
that.
TJ McConnell play?
I've never even heard of him until this year.
He's like, I know he's got some crazy story. That's what I'm trying to remember. Like, is he from like, could be wrong. It's a Division I school. I'm blanking on it, but it's that they were talking about him like he was just undrafted and he could have been undrafted. Especially seeing him come and like I see his rookie pictures. He did not.
Well, and that's we were talking about this a couple weeks ago. How in NBA, you don't really know the college players because they move around.
Yeah, it's just one and done, and
And
especially now with transfers. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and we get all wrapped up in Nebraska and the Big Ten and our standings that you just don't really sit down and watch a game between Arizona and Duke. I mean, at least I don't.
Well, and 2 years ago,
So-
I think it was like 3 of the top 5 picks were from France.
Yep.
So it's like you have years like that too. It's like unless you're really, really into ball, like there's no way you're getting all the guys from France.
Yeah. So
Watching
it
international
takes a while to get to learn people,
Mhm.
in the NBA. Like a lot of the Rockets players came from the G League or not the G League, but there was some other league like that Jalen Green came from.
Would you take Kevin Durant? I saw you guys just extended an Ime Udoka. You'd have to give up a fair deal.
How old is he? Is he not very old?
Kevin Durant, younger than Curry, I think, right? Curry's
He's
37.
He's 36.
So yeah,
Oh,
36.
okay.
This goes back in the early 90s when the Rockets traded Robert Horry, Sam Cassell for an aging Charles Barkley.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those things like, yes, we were the number 2 seed. You have a defensive coach, you got young players, like they have the number 10 pick. I mean, why break that up to get somebody that hasn't won anything in the last 8 years? I mean, look at the Suns. The Suns roster has more like Devin Booker and Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant. They don't even make the playoffs.
Yeah, but
right.
That was never going to work. That's
I
the
know,
whole
but
problem
it's
with
like,
that team.
but I don't know. It's tough.
I wouldn't take him either if I were you guys. But.
No, I see like, like Chris Broussard is like, they should wait and just go all in on Giannis. That makes more sense. He's 30.
Yeah, but he just declared that he was staying with the Bucks. I mean, you can roll the dice again and wait and see what happens, but that's the time.
And
there'd be better stars come up. I would wait on Kevin Durant, even if it's not Giannis.
Now, if you can get away with not trading Jalen Green, Sengun,
They wouldn't get rid of
Thompson,
Green. He's gonna
those
be a
3 guys,
no touch for sure.
and you trade some of the other younger players, go for it. But gosh, don't give up your young superstars. Like keep that team together, chemistry, and I mean, just wherever Durant's gone, he's just.
All right, two more teams I'll throw out there, then we'll get out of here because I can tell Nicole's looking at the clock.
Oh yeah,
Kevin Durant, what would be better, Kevin Durant to the Timberwolves or Nuggets?
I mean, I really don't care, honestly.
I think it'd just be a lot of fun if he's a Timberwolf. I think that'd be fun.
Well, and the problem too with him is you're just paying him freaking $50 million. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be in a chance to win it. That's why I threw those teams out there.
And
if you're a team like the Rockets, that's a lot of money to maybe be better or completely ruin your foundation. If you're the Timberwolves or Nuggets, you're kind of in your window. And you think that's the piece you do.
And does he really want to win?
I think so.
Or does he just want to play ball?
I think he wants to win his way is the key part.
Yeah, that's the thing. You bring in, I don't know.
He did it with Curry though. Played the side role.
Well, he was the MVP in those two finals. Durant,
yeah, but it was still Curry's
team.
He
wasn't a side
It was still
role.
Curry's team.
Gosh, I remember them playing the Cavs, and
he was really good. Yeah,
I remember him in college too at Texas. Just yeah, he was, but he didn't win a title there.
No, what was it? He tear his Achilles in that finals run?
The last one he did.
Yeah.
The last finals he did. But anyway, we better get to break. Our big winners waiting to come in, all excited. Looks like he has a muscle shirt on, showing off his guns on air today. So we'll be right back. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
If you're a veteran, our nation has created a wide range of benefits to thank you for your service, but it can be difficult to navigate the process of determining eligibility, filing claims, appealing decisions, and securing the benefits you've earned. Speak to your county veteran service officer or the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs State Service Office to see what's available to you and your family. These services are 100% free, so visit veterans.nebraska.gov today. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Are you looking for a place to relax and unwind after a long week? Grata Bar and Lounge is the perfect spot to enjoy a full menu and in-house DJs on Friday and Saturday nights. If you're wanting to start your Saturday or Sunday off the right way, stop by for brunch starting at 9 a.m. Don't forget, Grata offers a full catering service as well for those graduation parties, birthday celebrations, and weekend family get-togethers. Give Grata Bar and Lounge a call today at 402-261-3019 or visit them in person at 70th and A in the Clock Tower Shopping Center.
Lincoln's new craft cocktail lounge is Bar 48 in Lincoln. Located at 2639 North 48th Street, Bar 48 offers everything from cocktails to beer to wine and so much more. With summer right around the corner, you can always enjoy Bar 48's frozen beverages. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on their live music performances every Saturday night. Make plans to visit Bar 48 on North 48th Street in the heart of the University Place neighborhood today.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in June. Try their brand new S'mores cold brew with graham cracker cold foam. Also try a S'mores croissant and add cake batter cream cheese to any bagel. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to the Fitness Fanatics. It's time that we get on track.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, we'll see. Never know. See, great thing about our shows, you never know where we're going to go. We're the Fitness Fanatics, but we could just be life fanatics.
Sure.
Right?
Mhm.
We just excited about
Already
life.
off track.
Already off track. All right. We are joined in studio by our spring challenge winner, Derek Pinzon. Am I pronouncing that right?
You are actually. Yes.
I don't know how else you could say
Not
it.
to me. Well,
Yeah.
surprisingly, everyone that's in my, I guess, life, you could say they've always screwed up my family's last name,
Oh.
where they replace the Z with an S. So Pinzon. I'm like,
Oh.
no, it's Pinz. Get the Z in there.
Okay.
Pinzon.
So
Pinzon.
that's-
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
there's been some of our members I've had on that I had no idea to pronounce their last name after like 7 years.
Mhm.
Like Crystal, I had no clue.
Crystal, Kaylin,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Yeah. How do you pronounce that?
Yeah.
Matt.
Yeah.
Rushoff.
Yep.
Rushoff. I know, it's crazy. All right. So Derek just won the challenge. He's in, if you're watching this, he's in here in a muscle shirt. He's showing off his guns.
That was
Like,
for Justin.
man.
This is for Justin.
Okay.
Justin's like, you got to flex on the camera. I'm like, so here's your shout out, Justin. There you go.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, now Justin, he's
Good sport.
been in here on the Youth Football 101. So he's hosted a show on the Ticket on Saturday. So he's used to the studio.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. I don't know if he's ever worn a muscle shirt though. We'll have to.
He needs
does.
to.
Oh, on the show?
no, not on the show.
Obviously not
At the gym he does.
Obviously.
See, I didn't wear one until yesterday. I was like, I'll hold off. I got. I was
Okay.
like-
All right. Cool.
Well,
So.
and you guys, everybody asks why I wear sweatshirts all the time. And I joke because Des Moines Adams is a member, right? You might have seen him in class, and
he hasn't really been around. He's been super busy lately, hasn't
he's building an empire,
Yeah.
helping kids,
Yep,
right?
Yes.
But he's, big guy, strong. I always just kind of mess with him saying, I don't want to intimidate Des Moines Adams.
Right.
I don't want him to see my arms, right? Be like,
Feel bad
well,
about
I'm just,
himself.
I'm inadequate in this gym. I need to work a little harder.
Mhm.
So, all right. So Derek, we don't know much about you at all. So we're
Outside
we're
of the
excited.
gym.
Yeah, outside the gym. So we always get excited to learn more about our members when they're on. So we want to know just a couple things. Where you grew up and like where you went to high school, if you went to college, where'd you go to college, and then also like sports. Were you active in sports and what did you play in
Yeah.
school?
Yeah. Born, raised here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Yeah, I went to actually went to a private school, which you guys know Derek Meyer. He was a year
Mhm.
below me. We
Yeah.
went to
Pius together?
no, we
Oh.
went to Martyrs grade school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
Okay.
was a year or two behind me. Yep, and then went to Lincoln North Star, which woo, I guess.
Yeah.
What
Shout
else was in
out.
there? And then I went off to college at Wayne State, where I met my beautiful wife Paula. So
Okay, awesome. So what sports did you play at North Star?
I played baseball, and then I got my senior year. I got actually into swimming. So
Okay, swimming.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
What
was-
I wish they would have had swimming at my school because
No, they
I
didn't
thought
have
I was a
swimming
good
either.
swimmer back in the day when I was younger.
That's how I thought when I
I've
got there.
literally never heard you say that in 29 years of knowing you. I've never heard you say, I think I could have been a good swimmer. This is brand new information.
Well, the only reason I
Based
say
on
that,
what?
well, okay, this is really stupid. Based on, so you remember Jen that worked at Godfathers, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
mhm.
so she was a high school
swimmer?
yeah,
Right.
and I raced her once
Oh, okay.
at 7 Flags in the pool, and I beat her.
Okay.
Thought, wow, I'm pretty fast. Maybe she let me win. I don't know, but that's all I based it on. So I thought I'd be a fast swimmer.
Okay.
But anyway, okay. So swimming, what did you swim? Like, what was kind of your jam?
Well, it was funny. When I first went in there, I wasn't even, I was like, I'm a pretty good swimmer. I like swimming. I enjoy this. And my buddy and my buddy Jeremy and I joined. We were thinking like, let's go let her in something. Let's go, baseball season. This is my good prep for baseball season. I don't know anything about wrestling. And I was like, let's go into swimming. I know how to swim. We go walk into practice first day.
Know how to swim. Yeah. Swim.
We can both swim. We can do this.
Yeah.
My goodness, that was one heck of a workout. I was like, I'm like, we're gonna do this every day. and there's the before work and there's an after school workout. You're kidding me.
Swimming is hard.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize how actually tough it was. And I was like sitting in there and they're like, oh, they have pasta Mondays. I like pasta. I can do that.
Yeah.
I can. So yeah, we got really big into that, and I did basically did freestyle, and my coach was like, in the first week, he's like, you got big shoulders. I'm like, thank you. He's like, yeah, you'd be perfect for butterfly. I'm like, what the hell's a butterfly?
You mean like flying?
It was like a full on.
Like, do I swim like this?
Yeah,
Like,
butterfly swim. You have to do it. It's like if you do a dolphin kick.
yeah.
Yes.
And then with it, I was like, okay.
Mhm.
And I just remember my first time doing that one in an actual I think we're going against Grand Island. And I was the only person in my heat to do it because there's 2 heats, and I was the second heat being the slower one. Like, that's fine. My whole team was on the other edge. Don't DQ. Don't DQ.
How do you DQ?
How do
What
you
do you
DQ?
do?
Just stopping.
Oh.
Just by stopping. Basically, all I had to do was just keep going.
Now, do you think if we had a video of if we could
Superimpose
like have your race and Michael Phelps on the other side, like what would that look like?
He would be out of the water before I probably even got into the water.
Because I'll tell you,
there would be just a very big distraction. One of you would be off camera very quickly, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He would be in
He'd be-
the studios talking about it. He'd be like, yeah, that Derek guy, he's still on his first lap going through.
no,
hard.
I'm sure you watched Michael Phelps.
Oh yeah.
I mean, him doing the fly is, I mean, it's incredible
it's
to watch
crazy,
him do the fly and
I wanted to be
swim.
a swimmer for a little bit there.
Oh,
'Cause I was a
Michael
young
Phelps?
lad. Yeah, I was a
Mhm.
young lad, and Phelps just walking around,
with those lats.
damn near breaking his neck with how many gold medals were hanging around it.
Yeah,
Like,
no kidding.
as
Yeah.
a kid, you're like, this guy is the coolest.
Yeah.
yeah, that
And he still
fly,
is like super cool today. That didn't lose it.
yeah, you have
That's-
those images like face in the pool and his arms
Mhm.
come up. I mean, it's
Mhm.
just
Oh, he's just like
Dude,
so
yeah.
cool.
super patriotic too. Like you ever hear him talking about like the other countries talking about how much they hate the USA chant, and he's just like, I was competing this year. I would make sure they all remember what they said. And it's like you just love that competitor in him.
Oh yeah.
Well, that was great. Swimming's one of our favorite things to watch in the
It's
Olympics.
fun to watch in
Yep.
the Olympics. Yes. Yeah.
So-
it is.
So, were you good at or like freestyle? That was kind of your main.
That was kind of the main because I did not care to do backstroke.
Backstroke is weird. You're like
It's-
drowning yourself every time. I don't know how to
that
do it.
one, and I remember I did it one time, and I like my shoulder like popped out, and I was like sit there, and my coach, I was like, I probably shouldn't say this online, but the coach like put my shoulder back in place, and I was like, that was horrible. Don't you ever make me do that again. That was just awful.
Swimming.
So-
I would have. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I definitely enjoyed it, and it was definitely grew a big camaraderie in there. And
Mhm.
the group, there's still a couple guys I still talk to this day, so it was definitely huge impact for me for just a team base, another team base besides baseball, because I
So
still
baseball's
play.
your number one.
Oh, baseball's definitely number one because I
So-
played baseball since I was probably, my dad taught me t-ball, and I still play softball myself and coach my son's t-ball team.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Do they
definitely.
keep score?
right now, no. It's T-ball right now. We're just getting the kids involved right now.
I know.
It's like last year was like it was blast ball, and that was anything but a blast.
Because your son's only like 4 or 5.
He
right?
is, JP is going to be 6 here in July.
Okay.
So, and of course, Ray, she saw JP playing T-ball. She's like, well, I want to play too. Like something like when I asked you earlier this month, you didn't want to play. You're like, And last year you had nothing. You wanted nothing to do with blast ball. So
what's blast ball? I don't even know
it's
what that is.
basically the intro to T-ball where they have a little foam ball and a foam bat, and they have kids just hit the ball off the bat, run to first base, which is like literally a squeaky toy, and they sit there and they jump on the base, and I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be great for another hour.
Like
this is awesome.
That's like a whole season.
It's like 6 games, and it was
I feel like that could be a good afternoon of fundamentals.
It was. I mean, if you ever seen bees on honey, yes, it's like just.
We're not familiar with all the levels. Our kids were never. Well, I wonder if like Ben, he is a baseball nut now, fan. He loves it. He loves playing like when
MLB
he gets together with his buddies.
Oh yeah, no, they play.
I mean, but he had no interest in baseball.
He's a pretty lanky guy.
Until 5 years ago.
They probably get him in a pitcher, honestly.
Well, yeah, he's just
first baseman, maybe.
Maybe he can go walk on in Nebraska. Did you go try? I told him, I was like, they have all these like rec teams, and I was like, Ben, why don't you go? We'll go down when they have the little road there where you can go look at all the clubs, and like maybe you can be in a softball club and play softball, or something like that. Like, because he loves baseball. He might love baseball more than football.
That's where I had to start because I missed baseball and did some slow pitch softball.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a good time.
Just
you can
get
tell
out
the
there
people who
and
have been
swing
doing it though for a while. They just got that nature.
Yeah.
So what is? Do you have did you think of a one shining moment? We talked about it. Baseball. I'm
Yes.
assuming it's baseball.
You hit the game-winning home run.
There's actually 2 I
in
thought
the
of that
state
came to mind.
championship game.
There
North
was
Star.
Well, no.
Why don't you let him
No.
tell the
Just
story?
kidding.
Because you're just
We
making things
were
up.
all like until I got into college, I caught like my team didn't want to. No one on my team wanted to catch, and I was like, I could keep playing the game and not have to sit out. What do you mean? Like my dad was like, yeah, no one on your team wants to catch, so I caught for umpteen years.
Oh wow.
So one of my biggest memories is I believe we were 11-12. We were like the championship game. It was let's see here, up by 1, 2 outs left, and we were defending basically. And I was catching my buddy. The ball hits in left field. My friend Adam Piper. I remember if my dad's listening and watching, he knows exactly what I'm talking about because he cried for this. It was awesome, absolutely awesome. Championship game.
The suspense is building.
And the balls hit left field. The tying run is on second base.
Okay,
he's coming home, and my buddy from left field makes a bullet throw home, and we get the tag at home. And it was the most. Thing was flying. The umpires, out, and things flying. We got gloves in the air, balls in the air. I get catchers stuff flying everywhere.
Did
We're
you get
screaming.
picked up? Did they pick you up?
I
On
don't
your
think.
shoulders?
I think I picked up Adam.
Okay.
I was kind of a bigger, still bigger kid, but I think I picked up Adam, and I was sitting there we were just going crazy. My dad was sitting there just going off, and it was awesome.
You said you were 12.
I think we're 12. I want to say it's right before high school. Yeah, it was like 12, 13.
I
It was
missed
like
the 12 part. I'm
12.
I'm picturing high school. That's
Nope.
even better.
So yeah, it was that one, and then I think a couple years into my softball, I guess
Career.
men's league softball career, we were down.
Men's league.
We were down by 3, 2 outs left, and 2 outs, and I was like, bases loaded, and I'm up to bat. I'm like, oh god,
No pressure.
this is no pressure at all, guys.
Yeah.
Smack a grand slam to win the game. And it was like
That's
my
awesome.
first or second home run ever. And of course, my dad's sitting there in the stands like, he did not just do that. I was like,
wow.
because I've
Jeff has never experienced anything like that. Yeah.
It was
Nothing even close to a game winner.
well, I was surprised. I actually had a proud dad moment earlier this year, because my son JP it's the second year of wrestling.
Yeah.
And I never did wrestling. My friends that are actually going to join Farrell's here in a couple weeks. He did wrestling, and he put his son into it. So we did our second time in Syracuse. JP had a wrestling match, and he actually won. I was just crying. I couldn't believe. So proud of him because it's not a team game.
Yeah, it's by yourself.
It's all
Yep.
That's
you.
stressful.
And I was
know.
sitting there like just like do it, and I stepped back and I was
You're
like,
a
I let
stage
Tom.
mom on-
I was
Yeah.
I was 100%. I was so proud. I was like,
It would
that
be
is
hard
a
not to
proud
be.
dad moment. I'm
That's
sitting like,
cool.
I can't wait for
More.
Ray and Leia to do their whatever sport it is. So yeah, baseball is definitely the one sport where I've stuck through. I've done. I think what I did the math. It was technically I started playing softball at the age of 15 for my dad's team.
Yeah.
Because I had a mustache, so I could pass out, and I could pass by in like 13 in like right field, and all you had to do for roster time is just sign it, and you're all good. So let's see, you have 32, so it's 17 years, so you get 2 seasons a year. So
Yeah.
Okay.
was that 34 seasons?
Yeah.
So you've been doing that for a long time.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
Cool.
absolutely love it. So yeah, you say Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, have him come out sometime. I'll definitely have him come play.
Yeah, he loves it.
Check it out.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're going to go to break. We'll be right back with Derek. Stay with us. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Attention all Wings fans. Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
In today's digital world, technology works great until it doesn't. At Hamilton, we work to keep your business up and running. We are more than an IT company. We're your partner, focused on customized solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Say goodbye to tech stress and unexpected IT costs when you hire Hamilton. Together, we help you focus on what really matters. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in June. Try their brand new s'mores cold brew with graham cracker cold foam. Also try a s'mores croissant and add cake batter cream cheese to any bagel. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. All right, we're talking a little, I know you're surprised, a little sports this section, which we do all the time with our guests.
This is
So
our
no
normal
surprise. All right,
segment.
so we're going to talk a little NFL. So, Derek, we want to know, and I know our millions of listeners are just dying to know, what is your favorite NFL team and how did you become a fan of that team, which is our fun stories?
Well, the greatest team out there, obviously, you already know them, and everyone hates them. And I just can't say everyone hates them. A lot of people do not like them, but it's the Ravens. Got to be the Ravens.
Well, that's our kids' teams.
Yeah,
Our kids' teams.
That's
Yes.
great.
We went to a Ravens game last year.
See, I'm jealous. It's on my bucket list. My wife knows it's on my bucket list.
We
So-
went
It was
to
great.
Ravens Bills on Sunday night.
Ooh, that
And
Yeah.
the first offensive play for the Ravens was an 83-yard touchdown run by Derrick Henry.
Yes.
And we
Yep.
were just
We were
like,
sitting
is this really happening
on
right
that
now?
side too. Like it was wild. That was crazy.
It
That was
was
probably one
crazy.
of the best football moments I've seen it
Oh,
live.
it was
like
just, yeah, it was
right out
epic.
the gate. Just
They
man.
just smashed Josh Allen, beat the living daylight,
They
then they lost
did.
in the playoffs when it matters.
I
But
know.
Yeah.
so, how did you become a fan of the Ravens?
Yeah.
That was actually a fluke back from Martyrs, because we our teachers wanted us to. I don't even know the whole project. It was more the fact of like I think she was a football fanatic when she's like, hey, everyone choose a team, and follow them and follow their stats for the week, and see.
Okay.
And so
That
and
sounds like a dream come true for you, Jeffrey and Ben.
I do that anyway.
Well, I know. Yeah.
in the when I was at the time, I was like, I have family in Chicago, in Minnesota, and I like Minnesota. Well, my friend Lucas picked Minnesota first. I'm like, well, who the hell else is purple?
Yeah.
So I'm like, well,
It's very similar
so
to
I'm like, oh,
Ben's
they're the
story.
Ravens. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, let's do the Ravens. And then happens to be the year I think they end up going. I don't know if they won the Super Bowl or not that year. I can't remember what it is.
2012 is when they won the Super
Okay,
Bowl.
so no, it was I think it was like 2006 or 7.
Okay.
It was when I first started
Mhm.
actively
attention.
watching, paying attention. I was like,
Yeah.
but you hear the big name Ray Lewis, and I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, Big
Lewis,
Ray,
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I fell in love with it ever since then, and people were like, gosh, that Ravens defense is nasty. I'm like, yeah, they are. They're great. They're awesome. I
Yeah.
love them. So
Yep.
it was a complete
heyday.
fluke, but I've been a Ravens fan since then. So
That's how all the stories are. It's, a lot of times it's random stuff. Our son is a
Mhm.
Ravens fan because I'm a Packers fan and Jeff's a Bears fan. So he knew he couldn't be a Vikings
he
fan.
should have been Lions here. No,
Like
I'm
he
kidding.
couldn't. Yeah,
Well, he liked purple.
he
his
liked
favorite
the color purple,
Yes,
and
yep.
he knew he
Heck
couldn't
yeah.
be a Vikings fan, so he picked the Ravens.
Yeah.
That is part of the
Heck
reason.
yeah.
And it's funny
Something about
because,
that color purple.
again, he didn't really care about sports until we moved to Nebraska. And I think just him going to school with all these Husker fans, and
Learning the
we-
fight song
yeah,
in fifth grade.
we grew
marching
up,
band.
we raised our kids obviously as Husker fans. We taught them that the Longhorn sign is
Mhm.
basically is bad.
Yes.
Bad.
It's bad. You see that? That's
Right.
bad. That's bad. So,
Yeah.
we raised our kids right in that way, but he was never really like, I'd have to fight him to be like, hey, you guys want to watch this game? No. rather be playing Xbox or not Xbox, Minecraft, or just never really cared. And now he thinks back to, because we went on a road trip out to the East Coast, driving out there, and I'm like, Ben, we've driven through all these towns on our East Coast trip.
We like to stop at stadiums.
He likes to see. One of his goals is to like just see every stadium, right?
Not go to a game, just visit the
Just
stadium.
look at the stadium.
Cool.
Yeah.
So on this one trip we went to, like, we could have went to see the Titan Stadium, which he's already seen next with the Nashville. We were in DC. We drove through Baltimore. We drove through Philadelphia. We drove through Buffalo. We drove through Cleveland. All these towns. We could have stopped and saw their stadiums, but he didn't care.
No.
Did not care. And now he's like, just regrets it. But I couldn't get him to go to a game with me. And your kids are young. And of course, I thought my kids, when they were born, they're going to be these superstar athletes. I thought, man, Shaq's daughter was born at the same time as Katie. I'm like, I'm going to be rubbing elbows with Shaq. We're going to be playing, girls are going to be playing basketball together, college. And they just didn't really care about sports all that much.
No.
But now they're sports fanatics,
They do
but it took a little time. So you never know what your kids are going to like as they get older.
We had an NFL player that took the childbirth classes with us.
Yes, we did. We had when Cole was pregnant with Katie on our Lamaze classes, we had Liddell Betts was in the class with us. You guys might not know who that is, but he was a running back at Iowa, and then he was also the starting running back for the Redskins. The Redskins back in 2001, 2002. So, but he was in the Lamaze classes with us, him and his wife.
Yep.
I bet my dad
cool.
knows who he is.
Your dad will know.
I'm sure.
My dad's big NFL guy.
Yeah.
Big fantasy football.
I mean, he didn't play a lot, but I mean, you knew him more from Iowa.
But from Iowa. Yeah.
Anyway, fun fact.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're going to go to break. When we get back, we're going to get into Derek Farrell's journey over the last 10 weeks. So stay with us. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's specials through June 24th are $1 off ground beef, 15% off on aprons, 15% off Cornhead beer, and buy one, get one 50% off on brats and hot dogs, limit 2. Plus, stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursday at the Mercado East or Fired Up Friday at the Mercado North. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn. Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197. Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essink.
All right, welcome into the Fitness Fanatics. We are getting ready to start hour 2. If you missed any part of the show, you can check us out on the ticket fm.com. You can go to any podcasting platform that you want to listen to get caught up. We had a fun first hour, a lot of laughs, a lot of fun times. Hour
YouTube,
number 2,
Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, which I still call it Twitter or X, whatever it's called.
Fine. I think it's still Twitter in the URL. So
we're also on channel 961 in Allo. So yeah, any place you can go watch or check us out. Hour number 2 is sponsored by Modern Woodmen of America. Founded in 1883, Modern Woodmen offers financial services and member benefits to individuals and families throughout the U.S. For more information, please call Sean Erickson at 402-483-6515. Modern Woodmen, touching lives, securing futures. Big shout out to them. I know Sean he was on a trip in Europe. Just flew in last night, made it safe and sound back home. So he better be at the gym tomorrow. That's all I have to say. So if you're listening, Sean, we'll see you tomorrow for 8:30.
Okay.
All right. So Derek, when did you guys decide to do ferals? Well, before we get there, this is a good question. When did you decide to do ferals? Why did you decide to do ferals? What led up to making that decision?
We started ferals by another fluke. The wife got an email from her work stating, "Hey, here's a discount to start with ferals." I'm like, I feel like I've heard the same before. I don't know, but okay. And then I'm like, do you really want to do this? Because it's like we already have, I'm playing 2 sports. You're playing a sport with me on Sundays. The kids each have an activity going on. I work during the day and you work the weekends. Do we have time for this? And she's like, well, I'm sure we can make it work. So we started looking at all the classes. I'm like, okay, she's like, well, you can go 5 p.m. and I can go 5 a.m. I'm like, no, if I go after work, I'm never going to go. I have to go in the morning if I do this. Right. So when we signed up, I told her, if we're going to sign up, I'm a cheapskate. I will admit that. And my wife knows it. That's why she does all the grocery shopping. And I can't go with her. So, so I told her, if we're going to sign up and do this, we are doing this to the T. This is this is it.
That's what we tell people. Like gym membership, that's only expensive if you don't go.
Yes.
Like if you break it down per class,
It's
only expensive
$3
if you
a
don't
class,
go.
basically. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It was like,
but if you're only going once every 2 weeks, that's an expensive gym membership.
yeah.
Yep.
So, but yeah, we fully committed, and I never, I never don't want to stop. I don't. I'm just sitting like, so definitely with the winnings I got last night. So like, I told Paul, I'm like, so there's my year. So I'm definitely in for another year. So here we go with that. She's like, all right.
Was it her idea? Like, was she like looking at
Send
you?
you the email?
Yeah.
Or?
Was she like?
She's kind of, she wanted my opinion about it. I'm like, something like, well, if you really think we can, we have time for this, I mean, I'm willing to, give it a try. I think, we're already at the Y, but if we want to, she's like, well, let's do something else. Let's try something else.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, could we actually, I think we actually took a time away from the Y because we were just so busy with wrestling and baseball and gymnastics and all the other things we were doing. So I was like, let's take a break and then she's like, well, what about Farrell's? I'm like, okay. Yeah, well, why not? So so we first got into it, and I remember my first week, I was the first day when we first tested in. I think we all met each other, and you gave your speech that definitely stuck with me. Was like, it's on the wall. Trust the process. Or something like, yeah, okay, here's just another guy.
Yep.
Just yeah. But no, it's your whole speech is find something that's going to constantly motivate you, even if your buddy that you sign up with doesn't come at 5, 6, 8, whatever time you come. You need something that's going to push you. And it's something in that triggered me. It really touched the heart, because you see people like, oh, you got to eat raw, you got to do this and that, you got to do that. But you guys really just made it whole, and like you made it really personal, and it really stuck with me, and I really appreciate that. So you guys really like took your time and oh, hey, you can, if you want to try this, do this, or you broke it down and made it very simple for someone who doesn't really know too much about working out or eating wise. And that first week, I'll be honest, I was scared. Like, I think I'm avid pop drinker, so I talked to you guys about drinking my Diet Mountain Dew every day. I'm like, so I cut pop for like 2-3 days, and I was like, I have a massive migraine because I cut pop with just cold turkey. And Nicole's like, well, you can have one. You can have one. Yeah. And Jeff's like, yeah, you can have one. Just just have plenty of water to basically flush it out. I'm like, I can have one. What? You're kidding me, right?
So often, so people will be like talking about something, like, oh, I haven't had this in so long, and I'm like, who in this building told you couldn't have that? Like, most things you can fit into your day.
Yeah,
that's like, because who
told you couldn't eat bread?
Right.
Right.
That was also the first week I did. I was so scared of trying to getting used to the system of getting macros. Like, I didn't eat bread until that Saturday. Like I ate like fish, tuna, like chicken, nothing breaded, no bread at all. I think that Saturday was the first time I ate bread. We had tuna melts.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is so good.
Yeah.
And then I looked at the macros. I'm like, oh. And I think at first 2 weeks, I talked to you guys constantly on my MyFitnessPal. I was like, and you're like, Derek, you could have had a whole nother bowl of like Honey Nut Cheerios. You could have had like 3 more sandwich, like slices of bread here. I'm like, I can eat this stuff. Like, yeah, if it fits in there, eat it.
That's the thing. If it fits and you make it work. We talked about AJ, who lost 120 pounds in his year challenge, and he had Reese's Pieces every day.
Yep.
But one serving. He counted them out, and he ate those every day.
Never do that. That would be very
I
difficult.
had to eat the whole bag. I'm not disciplined enough to do one serving, but
good for him. I know.
But still, like, yeah, you can make it work as long as it fits in there. I mean, and obviously we don't want like you to have 250 carbs from pop.
No.
Yeah.
And then just eat protein.
Yes.
But you know what I mean? Like, if you're eating foods and you make it fit, it works. So
it was definitely changed my whole outlook on foods, of trying to fit things in, because like luckily Paula was very huge help for that, because she's been trying to incorporate less red meat and more, turkey based stuff. And I'm like, I absolutely love like turkey burgers now. I'm like, oh, this is
Turkey
great.
burgers are good.
Those are really good.
Well, and it's amazing, like when you start logging your food, how much because I was talking to Casey about this, about how much more fat is in 6 ounces of burgers versus 6 ounces of a turkey burger. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So when you're logging your food, you're like, like the fat is what drives up the calories. Now you can eat a burger, it's fine, but you're gonna have to eat less because there's more fat, which raises your calories. Versus the turkey or a fish or
or you can have more with it. If you
more
eat.
with it to eat. Yep.
Yes. Yep.
Which is pretty cool.
So talk about the first week of classes. How was that?
I was nervous, very, very nervous. I didn't want to step on any toes. I wanted to make sure, I need to make sure I make my appearance. I've already committed. Money's down. I'm committed. I'm in this thing until the end. I want to like focus in and make sure I'm not screwed up class. So I always try to find a spot that was like a caddy corner of the instructors. That way I could see them. I was like, okay, all right, I'm not screwing up. Okay, to the left. Okay, no, right. No, okay, this. Okay, we're going this way, that way. Okay, we're doing good. So I still just up till even yesterday, I was like, I'm still a caddy corner of the instructor, making sure. Okay, yep. Am I doing it right? Okay, we're good. We're still doing good. And a lot of things were like, oh, you do this next. I'm like, wait, what's that? I know I've done this like 1,000 times. What is this then?
Oh gosh, that happens to everybody. Yes, it does.
So yeah, I definitely.
Had you ever done kickboxing before?
I have done kickboxing before, and that's part of the reason why I definitely fell in love with that. So I always look forward to the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm like, yeah, kickboxing.
Now, where'd you do that? Like, is that at the Y?
At the Y, and then I was also I started training with like MMA stuff.
Okay.
So I wanted to do that. I wanted to actually get a fight in. I got big into MMA.
How long ago was that? Was that before children?
That was before I turned 30. I wanted to get a fight in, so I actually trained with a friend of ours. He actually, I think he goes through Midwest MMA. Jesse Lee's his name, and they had their own thing, and we did jujitsu. We did boxing, kickboxing, and everything. And I learned all like Muay Thai stuff, and really got into it. But I couldn't get rid of the gut. And I was like, this is great. This is a good cardio, but I'm still not, I feel you feel good for maybe 20 minutes after class, but you don't feel like the freshman I feel here, like throughout the whole day.
Right.
Or, even though the first week, Farrell's, I didn't want to say it sucked because because your body hurts.
Oh yeah.
It hurts. I'm not gonna lie about that one.
The best thing is going to be here in a couple weeks when the new session starts, because the workouts for week 1 are the same every session pretty much. So it's going to be really interesting to see your perspective now, being 13 weeks in, and how different week 1 is going to be versus your week 1.
I remember
the first time.
I think it was day 4 or 5, and I can't remember. Someone said it in class, and they're like, yeah, it just gets worse and worse. It gets harder and harder as it goes on. I'm like, you're kidding me. It gets harder than this? No way. Like, they're going to kill me here. This is going to be horrible. Oh my goodness. This is going to be, I'm not going to make it. And then, week after week, you get a little less sore.
Yeah.
And you start seeing, like, I think it's finally week 5 or 6, I started really seeing results. I'm saying like, oh, my pants are kind of fitting different. And we had a couple pictures taken. I'm like, hey, I got some arms going there. Hey, that looks pretty good.
That makes it a lot worth it.
Yes. Yeah.
And it is different. Week 1 is just so different because you're like basically just jumping into the deep end, and like, what's that called?
Wading or dog paddling.
No.
Treading
water.
Yeah.
What is you guys?
What
what's
is this?
Yes.
Well, this is nothing because you tread water with your feet
and your arms.
Well, yeah, kind of. More your feet, though.
Okay, swimmer.
That's right.
But, anyway, you're basically just in the deep end. You can't touch, and you have to just keep moving, or you're just going to drown, basically. But as the weeks go, you go from being dragged through the 45 minutes to pushing yourself for the 40.
Yeah.
There's a difference. There is. So, yeah, it is hard. It should be hard. Like,
Oh yeah, definitely.
if you're not working out 6 days a week and then you start Farrell's and you're working out 6 days a week, yeah, it's gonna be hard.
That's
Not
another thing.
impossible.
That's another thing that you guys said that really struck with me is like, you're now athletes. Start
Mhm.
acting, start eating, start training like athletes.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I was like, he's kind of right. I mean, you look up to these, the actual athletes, and they're like, they're working out every day. They have
Mhm.
their own
Like
personal
Michael,
chefs.
like Michael Phelps.
Like Michael
Programs.
Phelps. Yeah,
Right.
they have their own programs. And I'm like, he's right. They're like, this is like
They're not winging their nutrition.
Yeah, they're not.
No.
They're not sitting there like, oh, I'm gonna take the next three months off and be like, oh, I'm gonna have ice cream every day. And
Right.
it's like-
They don't
like,
do
no.
that. Yeah.
No, they just keep with it. I'm like, he's right. We are now basically trained to be athletes, and I'm like, yeah, I can
Good.
get
Nice.
into that.
So what was like typical day of eating for Derek prior to
Oh.
Farrell's? Because like, you said you guys worked out, you trained in. Did you ever do an MMA fight?
No, I did not. I
Okay.
wanted to, and Jesse tried to get me in, but we were trying to get my weight down, and then I just never got it down like where I wanted it. He wanted me down to like 180, and he was trying really hard, and I could just not drop below 220. I couldn't, whatever I did, and well, you guys, as I waited on Thursday, I got down to 203. That's the lowest I've been since probably college, not before college.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
what was like your typical eating
Typical
style back
eating
before
would
you started?
be like, right, but basically go to work, skip breakfast, didn't know like I don't need breakfast. That's one less meal. That's healthier for me. I don't need to eat breakfast.
Yeah.
That's a lie. So then lunch would be maybe go out for a burger and a couple pops throughout the day, and then
Yep.
the guys I work with, they might have a snack here or there. I'd be like, oh yeah, I could have a donut, or I could have a little candy bar. Yeah, why not? Go through the day, and at the end of the day, you go home, and at dinner, we may have this or that, but it wouldn't be, my personal favorite is spaghetti. I'm sitting there with a big old helping bowl of. I'm like, oh yeah, spaghetti. This is great. Well, not thinking anything of it, I'd have one heaping bowl, and I'd have another half bowl of it. And I'm like, oh yeah, and then not
we
giving
talked
any
about
care.
that
Yeah,
at the beginning too. The spaghetti, like you can have it. It's just not a lot.
yes,
No, because the serving of spaghetti, I mean, it's literally like this.
I know.
Like a
Yeah,
little.
it was
It's
right.
2 bites of pasta.
we measured it out because we did like my spaghetti back when I was eating not healthy, and then what we did now for new spaghetti. And Paula found some kind of spaghetti that I can't remember the name, but it has like 0 fat in it. And I was sitting there looking at it. I'm like, I could have a nice bowl of this with ground turkey, and the sauce, and just a little sprinkle of cheese, fine. Or else I could have like 4 bites of my spaghetti. That was
hamburger.
hamburger, cheese, and it's like, good stuff. It was like, but that little bit is not gonna fill me like this will.
Yeah. Yes.
Because you can eat. Yeah, you can eat more of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
And
That's
it's
good.
funny too. Like, you go to eat. You can eat a bowl of spaghetti, and you can just put that thing down like there's no tomorrow.
no, yeah.
But you get a bowl of like
Salad.
rice,
I love rice. I grew up on
chicken,
rice.
Right.
cauliflower.
You is salad.
broccoli,
The
yeah.
amount of time
Salad,
it takes
just
you
like-
to eat a salad
Oh, just
is
30
ridiculous.
minutes. He's just like, "Are you not done yet? How are you still
was-
eating?"
That was the cuties too. It took you like
Yeah.
30 minutes to eat 2 cuties. What are you
Those are good-
doing?
That's good stuff.
I
there.
know he's
I'm
weird.
chewing. I'm gonna chew it.
Oh my goodness. Are you a
Mm.
child?
Yeah.
Yes. He eats like a toddler. That's what we say. But
Oh, that's
no,
crazy.
that is true. But it is true. Those foods, those hyper palatable foods,
Yeah.
just go down real quick, and then an hour later, you're like, "Are we gonna get some ice cream?" That would be you.
Yeah, that was
I
me
know.
and the wife. Yeah, so
Right.
we'd have something salty. We'd be like, it sounds really good.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
Yep. Let's
so
go.
funny.
Hop in the car. Go get
Which-
something.
Which I did find out you can still have ice cream, guys. You can still
can.
have ice cream. I ate ice cream, I think 4 times
nice.
over the 10-week program. It was on Saturday nights,
Yeah.
but
Right.
instead of eating, the Ben and Jerry's or these regular ice cream, go get Halos.
Mhm.
There was
Those are good.
like what 10 grams of fat, and I'm like, oh, this fits it. I did
Mm-hmm.
good today, did my workout, and I even did a little more, working outside, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
and it fits in your macros. I'm like, hey, in me being like you, I can't eat half of a damn,
Pint.
One serving.
Yeah.
No.
Like, no, that's no. If I'm gonna eat it, I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah, I know.
So,
you gotta
I
find
can't
those.
have where Paula could be like, a little sliver here, and
I know.
I'll take one thin slice off the top, and I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
I
And I'm sitting
know.
there like, no, this don't even look at me. No, this is going down.
Speaking of Paula, because we talked about that last night, we gave the results, like the average for our results, and Paula is the unicorn coming into the program. She not only needed to gain muscle, she actually needed to gain body fat, which is something we don't see very often at Farrell's. People coming in, sometimes people can need to gain muscle, but like she needed to gain body fat, and she did. She actually closed that gap. She got a lot closer to that normal range. So I was jokingly saying she brought down the average. There's Derek, and I talked to her about that too, because Derek lost 30 pounds and she gained weight and muscle and body fat, which she needed to. But I said, I think that Farrell's just kind of like got you two kind of probably closer together, like on the same page with nutrition, probably, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, because you had to change a little bit. She had to change a little bit, kind of coming together, like eating a little bit more, eating a little bit less.
Yes. Oh,
Right?
yeah. Definitely. It changed my whole palate like a lot, because it's great, because like I didn't know how versatile cottage cheese was.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, like I like cottage cheese, and I was like, and Paula found this recipe for pizza out of
Mhm.
cottage cheese. I'm like, what? I had that. I've had that like 3 or 4 times.
Like a bowl, a pizza bowl?
No,
or the crust?
it's a crust.
Okay.
And it
Mhm.
was
Yeah.
we used the cottage cheese as a crust, and then we had ground turkey and ground pepperoni
Mhm.
and a little bit of mozzarella with the sauce, and that was, I swear, it was better than any frozen pizza I've had. It was
Nice.
great.
Yeah. It's crazy,
So-
those little swaps. And the thing is, like, it sounds like you pretty quickly caught on to how much better you felt
Definitely.
with what you're eating. Like, exercise is really good mentally, especially when you work out in the morning. For me, that's my wake up. That's how I wake up. Get up in the morning, start your day with your workout, start the day off strong. But the nutrition part, when you dial that in with the workouts, like, your workouts are going to be so much more efficient, so much better. You're going to be stronger because you're pairing that nutrition too. Did you have any times where you kind of overindulged over the 10 weeks? Like, did you do like a free day where you could just eat whatever you wanted?
Yeah,
And
on Fridays,
which is
or
fine.
on Sundays, I didn't really track as much. Like I didn't track it on my MyFitnessPal, but I tracked it in my head. Where like I knew knowingly, I was like, they're going in like, okay, Sundays you can eat whatever, watch it, because come Monday, Nicole or Jeff are gonna kick the living crap out of you. Doesn't matter who whatever is, they're not like physically, but like in class, they're like, you're gonna be paying for what you ate. So they're like, be mindful of like, hey, yeah, you can have have that extra little slice, have that extra little piece, but just I had that mindset like, I'm gonna be paying for it here tomorrow, because I'm gonna be like sitting there, oh, I shouldn't have had that extra bit. I shouldn't have had that,
But I think that's such a healthier way of thinking about food and workouts, because a lot of times people think like you overindulge a little bit and you're like, oh, I got to go work out. I got to work this off. But if you think about it in the reverse way, and that you think about it ahead of time, like, okay, I want to eat this, but I also know I want to feel good in my workout tomorrow. It's kind of just a little switch, like little mindset shift versus like, oh, I ate too much this weekend, I'm going to do 2 classes to make up for it, which is so counterproductive anyway, because you're not going to be able to work out as hard because you didn't, you're eating worse. But that's a good little switch to flip in your head, I think.
It was nice having, can you have your 6 days of full workouts, full on, and then you get the one day, me being the early bird, I get that one Sunday, I get to sleep in. All right.
Yeah.
That one. And then just knowing I can eat whatever I want. And I had that free will. I mean, granted, I could do it any day I wanted, but being committed to this, I was like, Sunday, you guys said, there was no, limit. You can do what you want, but just know, it's your body. You guys have to work it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and it's just, and like you said, you didn't track your food, but once you start eating in a certain way, in a new way, you kind of know what you're, kind of tracking. But that rest day is such a like mental rest. You're kind of relieving that mental load of like tracking everything, and by weighing everything and tracking it and portioning and stuff like that. So it is a nice break.
I think it's better to do your free day on a Saturday because
that's your preference.
My preference, because I like when we eat healthy, eat clean on Sunday, and we don't, do back-to-back free days. And, I like the feeling of getting up Monday morning and feeling good, not getting up Monday morning.
Because
and be like,
you're terrible at portion control. You haven't learned how you can eat.
My food insecurities from when I was younger.
Yeah. I know, but that's why you haven't learned how to eat half of what you normally would eat.
That's because it's like, gosh, if you get a pizza, right? You don't want it to go to waste.
It doesn't go to waste.
You want to eat it.
I'm one for leftovers as well. I was like, oh man, but yeah, no, I definitely for Monday through Saturday, I weighed everything.
Yep.
And then came Sunday, I'm like, just be mindful of what you're eating. Just you don't have to track everything you're doing. Just be mindful and just have that relaxation. Like, put the phone down. You don't have to
track everything.
Yeah. You just know you may be paying for it to come tomorrow morning.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, those days are important. It's for your sanity, because it's like if we stood up at orientation, we're like, okay, this is how you're going to eat for the next 60 days. We don't want you to eat anything bad.
Right. No pizza, no ice cream, no pop,
no pop, no alcohol, you're just eating chicken, broccoli, fish, vegetables. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You're setting yourself up for failure, right?
Yep.
So then when we fail, which we inevitably do, then you're hard on yourself.
Yeah.
So we like to kind of lay an expectation of like you said, this is a reward. We work out for 6 days. We eat healthy for 6 days. So you get one day that is your reward to reward yourself, where you're giving your body rest. And, if you're having a craving during the week, like you're like, oh, the new s'mores blizzard came out or whatever. You're like,
that was a big deal in our house.
Yeah. Huge deal.
With our daughter and you.
Yeah. Oh, I need the s'mores. Well, then write it down. Have a little thing on the fridge. Be like, it's coming Sunday. I'm 3 days away. I'm 2 days. And you have something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Then it's then you're rewarding yourself. And my brother,
for your discipline.
My brother always be like, oh, that's stupid to have a free day because it's like telling a smoker they can quit smoking 6 days and then smoke a carton on Sunday and you're going to be fine.
Right.
No, that's addiction,
Yeah.
right? That's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Than
and
what
plus,
we're doing.
even if you are making a mental list of what you want to have on that free day, it doesn't mean you have all the things.
Yeah,
you don't just doesn't become your grocery list. Right. You go to the grocery store
Paula,
and buy
here's the grocery
everything.
list.
Yeah.
Right. You just kind of
we got
once you get
ice
there,
cream.
you decide what you want. What do I really want that I didn't get throughout the week? All right, we got to go to break.
Yep, let's go to break. Stay with us. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
Life changes, and sometimes that means changing where you call home. Whether you're downsizing, growing a family, relocating, or facing tough times, you shouldn't navigate it alone. I'm Laura Bonta Bush with Woods Rose Realty, and I'm here to guide you with all your real estate needs. As wife of football coach Bill Bush, I understand the importance of teamwork and making sure you are supported every step of the way with honesty, integrity, and compassion. If you're looking for a game plan to buy or sell your home, text or call me at 402-525-0843. That's 402-525-0843.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, where your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Several irrigation contractors in Lincoln go out of business every year, leaving sprinkler system orphans, begging for service. The folks at Judson Irrigation shed a tear for these little fellas. They've been coddling these orphans for more than 40 years. From redesign, repairing, replacing, and restoring, remember the Judson Irrigation Orphanage.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to the Fitness Fanatics. We are joined in studio by our 10-week challenge winner, Derek. Just been chatting about last half hour about his experience. Wanted to go over.
Oh, Harrison, if you want to put up his picture too.
So we're going to go over some statistics, okay, for 10 weeks. And Harrison's going to put his before and after picture up on the screen. So if you're watching, you'll be able to check that out. So Derek in 10 weeks lost 30.2 pounds, lost 23 inches, dropped 7.8% body fat. in 10 weeks.
Yep.
So that's awesome.
And had perfect attendance.
Yeah. And did all 3 hours of the last chance workout.
Mm-hmm.
And you talked about that the first 10 minutes of Mondays, first day one, right? You're just winded, tired, and then 9 weeks later you're working out for 3 hours. That's why that's why we love doing that. I'm getting a little old for them. Like they're kind of getting tough on my old body, but
so you've had to wear calf sleeve for the past week now.
I know. Yeah, I was wearing one during the last chance workout.
Yeah. No, you can still do it, but you're not locked in as much as Derek was in the last 10 weeks. So
no, I wasn't.
I will say I have to shout out to these guys because they also help push me, especially with the full 3 hours. Ben wasn't there for the full 3 hours, but he was definitely there. I saw him at the gym a lot because I think his classes were after mine. So I constantly saw him. Then for the full 3 hours, Chelsea and Justin were both there.
Yep.
And I saw them. Then I'm like, oh, I gotta stay here. I can't leave. I gotta be here. Like it's a very friendly competition.
Yeah.
And there's a huge shout out to those guys, and they're great. It's a very fun atmosphere just to be in. And I did do one virtual workout, and I was like, I told you guys, I was like, I actually did at my mom's house. I was dog watching for her in Iowa, but doing the virtual workout, I was like, I can't. It's a different
especially
atmosphere.
when you're an extrovert
in there.
Yeah, like you're very social. I don't know if you know this about yourself, but
yeah, a little bit. I can think
I'm all tangled up, but
I can thank my father for that one.
Yeah. But I do say, especially for people who are, I don't know what I did. I am really tangled up in this. Okay, I'm off now. But if you're an extrovert for sure, but if you're used to working out in the gym, it's like eating a Tootsie Roll when you really want a piece of chocolate. I feel like that's what a virtual workout is.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
it's not the real thing.
Right,
It's a little bit, gives you a little, ease your craving a little bit.
When I was training for triathlons, that's how I always thought spin class too. Spin classes like that. I'd rather be riding a bike outside, but I guess a spin class, I'll eat a Tootsie Roll if I'm really desperate for chocolate. Except I don't like Tootsie Rolls, but that's what I think it of.
We did have a text from Bill and Bennett, asked if we have a garden. I'm trying to eat healthier. Just took this picture of my first banana pepper, which is awesome picture.
Nice.
No, if we had a garden,
it'd be full of weeds right now.
A disaster. Like we are by far, we do not like to do anything outdoors.
We just bought our first mower since we've lived in Lincoln last
We literally
week.
just mowed our yard for the first time in 7.5 years. Like we were bartering, like, with them, our members, they'd mow our yard for membership, paid for it to be done. I just don't like to do it, but so for the first time,
pepper. That's cute.
Yeah, right on the screen. So for the first time, we bought a little electric mower, like $150. And we mowed our own yard.
And it was fine.
It was fine.
But I don't want to be gardening.
No, gosh.
No, thank you. But
our backyard's full of weeds. And we just
love
are like,
it when it does become garden season and our members have their abundance of vegetables.
they
They
bring
bring
them
them in. I do like that. I do. So, yeah.
Just get a nice little, an easy one where it's just like flower beds. You don't have to.
Yeah, we
get a
have 2 of
massive
those
garden.
in our backyard and they're full of weeds.
Oh,
yeah.
That's what we used
not
to do.
just-
Like in an apartment, had one with thyme and some peppers, except I left the jalapenos on there. They get red, apparently. Leave them on there long enough and it gets really hot. So I didn't even have any of them. But
I could see how it would be satisfying.
I
to
do
like,
too.
very
Oh my gosh.
Like
my
Bill
dad,
goes out to his yard and gets pepper.
My
that
dad
he grew.
used to garden. We
That's
had
really
a huge
cool.
garden when I was growing up. And one year he planted 30 tomato plants. I mean, we had so many tomatoes. It was ridiculous. Luckily, he worked at a really big office building. And I swear he was taking buckets of tomatoes to work every day and we were canning them. It was ridiculous.
Yep.
But
we had a garden growing up too. Nancy had,
we grew up with it, but I'm not trying to be outside in this. No, thank you.
I'm not.
I'm an indoor
we don't need
cat.
to get like acres. We're just a small little patch. I think less than half
thanks.
an hour.
Good
Water it.
We're just not good at upkeeping. Like I'd love to have a jacuzzi tub, right? A thing would be, I am not disciplined enough to put chemicals in there to keep it how it's supposed to be, the pH levels.
No.
We're really bad with coolers. right?
This is
This is true. We
the
buy
amount of coolers we've thrown away because we just don't empty them out
we
when
buy
we're done using them.
like last year we
And then
had a
you
little
forget.
we went out to one of our friends their lake house for a day on the lake, bought a cooler, put stuff in there. We get home, the cooler leaves the car and gets in the garage.
Oh no.
This was last August.
Oh,
okay. So we just had our Mario Kart challenge party a few weeks ago. We needed coolers. I'm like, oh, does anybody have coolers you can bring in? I'm like, well, we have a cooler in the garage. And we're like, well, what's in it? I have no idea what's in
I
this
thought
cooler.
we had cleaned it out, but
We open the cooler. I don't know what's in there, but the water's red.
Oh.
There's mold on top.
we're terrible. We
And-
did not use that
And we just
cooler.
threw it out. Like,
Did
so
you throw it out?
I haven't, but I'm going to.
Oh, okay.
No, so it's just sitting there.
See,
Just
that
sitting
is
there in
all
the
It's
truck.
to collect a little more.
That's why I was surprised. I'm
Or
like, I think it's still there.
We have like a little flat top grill in the back. Sits outside all winter.
I redid that.
We did, but sat
Not we.
outside. Well, yeah, you did, but sat outside all winter. Gets rust on it. We just leave it out there, snow on it. Like,
No,
that's
it has
just
a
how
cover.
we are.
It has a cover, and I did finish that.
But that's what we do. We're
Anyway,
anyway.
we got off track, but thank you, Bill. And eat,
Yes.
growing your own vegetables is definitely a great way to eat
That
healthy.
would be cool.
I think a lot of people do eat better in the summer because of that.
Yeah.
Motivates you to cook more too when you got stuff in your own garden.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Then you don't want to go to drive through. You just grill.
Yeah,
whatever
but
you got
it's
back
so
there.
hot. Like I really struggled on Friday to eat because it's so hot and I didn't want to cook. And so I ate like, what did I say? I was having a meltdown Friday night because I
She
hadn't
was.
eaten anything because I had a sandwich and I can't remember what I had in the morning. And I'm like, I need to eat food, but I don't want to cook anything, which I did. I ended up cooking something, but
And it doesn't make you special.
I know.
That's what I need to start telling you when you go on these hot tangents.
It's only because it's hot.
It's miserable. Not built for this.
You're not special.
I went
right.
to Pepper Jack's yesterday and I almost felt bad because of the heat.
Yeah, and they have
Someone
to
in
cook.
there, and they're like, "Oh,
Right.
we'll do a good job since you came out here all the way in the heat." Meanwhile, I'm watching them just sweating behind the grills. And I'm like, I feel bad for making you guys do
Yeah,
this
but
right
they're
now.
used to always being hot back there, right? I don't know.
Yeah, not like this though.
I
I mean,
know.
I felt bad. That DC was having a
I'm
hell of a time.
Not a fan. I'm not a fan of this heat. Anyway,
Okay. So Derek, awesome job. You did so well. You really embodied the trust the process.
Mhm.
Because sometimes people, when you start anything,
like, did you think? Sorry to interrupt,
Oh.
but did you think you were going to lose 30 pounds?
No, honestly.
Like, what was your goal?
My overall goal is I'm still working at it. That's why I did
To get
definitely
under
stick with you guys.
200.
Under 200, yes.
Yeah. Yes.
That
But
was my
did
initial
you
goal.
think you were going to do that?
No.
Right. In 10 weeks.
In 10 weeks, no way.
Right. Yeah.
Did not think so. I was committed. Like, I want to lose all this weight, but I'm like, okay, I got to stay committed. I got to keep that, keep healthy thoughts, healthy, keep eating healthy and just thinking of what I'm putting into my body. So it was, yeah, I know it definitely is like week 4. I was like, like it says on the wall, trust your process. I'm like, I'm 4 weeks in. Am I, I haven't weighed myself really. I haven't really, I'm still wearing my XL shirts. I'm like, am I really getting any results at all? And I think it was like week 6 or week 7.
Week 5.
Week 5, we do testing.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
we do testing. That's right.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I see I see the numbers, and I can see I am doing better, getting the results. But I'm like, mentally, it wasn't hitting me. And then Paul and I did a mud run, and we had pictures before and after we got, before getting all muddy and after getting all muddy. And when the pictures got posted, I'm like, oh, I am getting better. I could see it.
Yeah.
I could see it. My overall figure. I'm like, okay. So it definitely helps brighten the mood because people in class are like, hey, you really look like you're slimming down. And I'm sitting thinking like, well, thank you, but I'm like, I don't see it. I couldn't see it.
I just looked it up. You lost 12 pounds in the first 5 weeks.
Did I?
Yeah, that's still a
So-
good weight loss.
So
Lost, 12 pounds. That's still good. So sorry.
Well, I forgot. No, it's because like people
yeah, see?
don't give
You got it.
themselves enough time to see changes. It's like, so bringing like Bill and Bennett, right? He's trying to eat healthy. Now, Bill, so I'm talking to you. Eat healthy for like 5 days and you're like, nothing's happened, right? That doesn't mean it's time to stop, right?
Yes.
You got to give yourself time. And it's just, unfortunately, that's how it is, right?
And we're just, we go through those cycles of losing weight, trying to get healthy, quote unquote, losing weight, stuff like that. And then you fall back into our old bad habits. And every time you kind of lose confidence in yourself and your ability to actually change.
Right.
And I talked about this a couple weeks ago where like the fear of success can hold people back too. So it's like for you, yes, you still have your goals and stuff, but it's like, you did awesome. You've lost 30 pounds. And now you're like, the 10 weeks is behind you and you're looking forward and you're like, I still have to keep eating this way to see the results. Like, and that can be daunting for people sometimes. But as long as you keep that like connection with, I feel better when I eat like this, I can work out harder. It helps. It really does. But it doesn't take long to get back to those habits.
Like Nicole was talking about, 3 weeks and we have our new members starting. So plug for the next 10-week challenge starts July 12th in 3 weeks. And I want everybody out there listening to close their eyes.
Okay, Bill Bush.
That's what Steve Sipple says.
Oh, okay.
Close your eyes.
You said it in the Bill Bush voice.
Okay. Yeah, well, close your eyes. When this next 10-week challenge gets over, it will be September 19th. Nebraska will be 3-0.
Okay.
And our 10-week party is on September 19th on a Friday night, the day before we play Michigan. So this 10-week challenge will fly by. Think about how much better shape you'll be in for the tailgating. And, we need to, we're going to be so good this year, you guys. We need to get our energy built up, our cardio, our stamina,
to cheer,
to stand for 3 hours, to jump up and down, to cheer, party like it's 1995.
Oh my god.
30 years. 30 years. I want to know when the 30-year reunion is. It needs to be at the Michigan game. I want everybody out there.
Is this are you plugging ferals? Are you plugging
everything?
Football? I don't understand what we're doing here.
You got to be healthy.
Fall. He's just plugging fall.
You got to be excited. No, this 10-week challenge goes by so fast.
Yes.
Because football will be here by the time it's over. So stay with us. We're going to close things up with Derek here. 93.7 The Ticket. Fitness Fanatics.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's specials through June 24th are $1 off ground beef, 15% off on aprons, 15% off cornhead beer, and buy one, get one 50% off on brats and hot dogs, limit 2. Plus, stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursday at the Mercado East or Fired Up Friday at the Mercado North. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back. Final segment here on the Fitness Fanatics. We've been joined in studio by our 10-week challenge winner, Derek. He dropped 30 pounds, 7.8% body fat, 23 inches off his body. And yeah, it's just fantastic. So our next 10-week challenge starts in just 3 weeks. Derek, what advice would you give to our listeners, not just about ferals, but, starting anything in general, like if they're wanting to make a change to be more healthy, take control of their lifestyle and just feel better about themselves, not even really looking better, just feel better and feel healthy. What kind of advice would you give somebody who's looking into that?
I would say that from the first time we met, you guys said you find your drive, what's driven you. And what's always been my drive was, well, as you guys know, I have 3 kids and I play sports actively every year throughout the year. And my drive has always been since the beginning now was I want to be the dad that's playing slow pitch softball with my girls, or JP until I can't anymore. Like I want to be in my 60s and still playing with my, 30 some year old kid
and your grandkids,
my grandkid even. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it's to make myself better. That was my personal drive, but that's what I would say. Definitely, if you want to look into trying to make yourself better, find your personal drive and, always have try to hopefully have a nice support system. Like I had mm-hmm. my family and my wife, my, you guys, definitely grow. Even if it was the small connection in ferals or whoever you're working out with, it was nice having this couple of people just to talk to, just be like, have a friendly little competition.
Yeah.
So it was yeah, it's definitely having the support system and the right motivation and drive.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Did so the last $1,000 winner, Dave, was there last night. He give you any advice, or because he kind of passed the torch to you now, you know?
What
advice did he give you? As now you're the reigning champion right now.
He said, he's like, you should really look into the year thing. And I'm like, you know what? I'm sure Jeff and Nicole will tell me more about it. And he's like, I'm looking forward to the competition. I'm like,
yeah,
hey,
that's
I'm down.
Friendly competition
So
right there.
You guys would be in the same one.
Yep. That's a good competition.
Because I've seen Dave and I'm like, dude, your arms are
he's
been trying
big upper body.
Yeah. I was like, man. So
no, that's awesome. Yep.
All right. Well, we appreciate you coming in, you guys. Farrell's 10-week challenge starts July 12th. You can go to fxblincoln.com. I'll reach out to you. All right. Well, we'll see you next week. You guys have a great one.
Yep.